57-year-old Anthony Grey was the 11th Earl of Kent in 1702. Thanks to a letter written by Dr. Charles Goodall to Sir Thomas Millington, we are privy to the Earl's final moments. These events are described in Goodall's own words. The Earl of Kent travelled to Tunbridge Wells for a period of 12 days. On a pleasant August afternoon he invited renowned physician Dr. Charles Goodall to join him for a game of bowls at 5 p.m. When Goodall arrived, the Earl was mid-game with Lord George Howard, Lord Kingsale and Sir Thomas Powys. The doctor approached the Earl, and the gentleman commenced with small talk. Goodall gave the Earl an account of some news he had not yet heard, which resulted in some discourse between the two. The Earl resumed his bowls, playing 2 or 3 more games. Goodall went to the other side of the bowling green and played 1 game and part of a second when he heard someone cry, "A lord is fallen! A lord is fallen! A surgeon! A surgeon!" Goodall left his bowls and ran up to his lordship, finding him dead on the ground, having neither pulse nor breath, but only 1 or 2 small rattlings in the throat. Goodall bled the Earl immediately on both arms to the quantity of 10 or 12 ounces. He then put up the strongest snuff and crystallized ammonium chloride into both nostrils and ordered 2 ounces of antimony wine to induce vomiting. The apothecary, Mr. Thomas, sent for 3 ounces, which he poured down the Earl's throat, not spilling a drop. As soon as this was done, they carried the Earl in a chair off the bowling green, through the dancing room, and into a very sorry bed-chamber. Goodall supported his lordship's head with his hands and breast till he was placed on a bed in the little room. Goodall cried out for a surgeon to apply 6 or 8 cupping glasses to the Earl's shoulders with deep scarification, but no surgeon or apothecary present had any. Nor could any have been produced had the Queen's own life depended on it. Dr. Goodall, unhappy with the results of the treatments, ordered the Earl's head to be shaved and a large plaster smeared with caustic substances applied to force the toxins out. He ordered another be applied to the breadth of neck and shoulders. At the same time he sent for 2 or 3 ounces of a mixture meant to evacuate the bowels, which he poured by spoonfuls into the lord's mouth and throat. After this was done, news of the misfortune had spread, and Dr. Branthwaite came to Goodall's assistance, proposing the administration of an herbal infusion, which was done. Dr. West advised a frying pan be made red hot and applied to the Earl's shaved head. The room was so crowded with lords and gentlemen that Goodall asked them to leave. Only necessary attendants were to remain. The Earl's daughter arrived crying, "Is my lord dead? Is my lord dead? Tell me, my lord, plain truth." The daughter insisted her father be transported to his own lodgings. Goodall reasoned the motion of the coach might induce vomiting to purge, which had been given him some hours before, if there was the least warmth or life left in his stomach or bowels. Doctors Goodall and Branthwaite accompanied the Earl to his home. As soon as his lordship was put into his warm bed, the doctors ordered several pipes of tobacco thoroughly lighted, and the smoke blown up into the Earl's anus, as this was believed to be an effective resuscitation technique. Sir Edmund King suggested the bowels of a newly slaughtered sheep be wrapped around the Earl's abdomen to warm him. None of the remedies were successful. Goodall summarized his account by saying, "Thus fell this great and noble peer, much lamented by all who knew his lordship. In total apoplectic paroxysms, as I before observed, the patient is, as it was planet-struck, or knocked down by a club or butcher's axe, never more to move hand or foot after. Signed, your humble servant, Charles Goodall."